Welcome to the award ceremony for Designaddvance 2023. And we'll just start with this ceremony. So I'll first go with our introduction and then we can announce the results. So just few slides about our company. So basically Capricorn is part of a global group and is India's leading design and construction technology solution provider for architecture, engineering, construction, and manufacturing industry. And we deploy data-driven solutions across the construction and manufacturing sectors worldwide to improve sustainable project design, construction, and manufacturing from concept to operation. Our strategy is to provide end-to-end 360-degree technology solutions to customers through product sales, support, and services. So currently in India, we are more than 250 plus tech savvy team, and we are here in India since 1987. So this is our journey. So latest, so we have become a part of Arkan's group. And about the Arkan, so it's a sustainability focused digitalization partner spread across the world. So you can see in America, Europe, India, and Australia. So these are the 4 major places we are placed. Talking about the power of Arkan, so it has an unmatched global services platform, and we are the world's largest provider of Autodesk software and professional services to the construction and manufacturing sectors. So we have 50 plus offices around the world, and we are located in 18 plus countries, supporting 32 languages and managing more than 400,000 user licenses with 1,300 plus solution professionals. So just to introduce you the program, just a brief about the design competition, I would like to invite Nikita from Ethos to just give a brief about the program.
Hi Farhad, hi everyone. I hope Farhad will be able to switch my slides for that. So like Farhad was mentioning, Designaddvance is a competition for students of architecture, design and civil engineers that Capricorn team along with Ethos and Autodesk has been hosting for the last 3 years now. And this was the third edition that we launched. And it's something where the idea is to not only launch a theme and look for entries, but also engage the students and offer learning resources to them. That's where all the BIM workshops, all the self-learning modules, lectures, energy simulation methods, and all of this was also actively taught to the registration through available free workshops during the entire period while the competition was on. Next, please. And like I was saying, this is the third edition. We earlier held a competition, which was the first edition in 2021, about livable spaces for nowhere people, as we were seeing the migrant, exodus due to COVID, and then emerging towns, which was the post-COVID life, where we were looking at hybrid lifestyles, and how cities as well as the smaller towns need to be multifunctional and not just look at functions in isolation. And of course, you all are aware of this year's edition, which was about reimagining railway stations as urban nodes and going beyond, stations just being as transit nodes where people come to board or deboard train stations, but how they can really become the heart of the city. Next, please. So all of you are aware that you were free to pick any railway station across the country as your site and study it, do a detailed analysis of the multifunction, additions or programmatic possibilities for that particular railway station to make it an active urban node. Think about mixed use programs, think about recreation, think about healthcare, think about commercial activities, about business activities, about public spaces, and how, while being a kind of a multifunctional node itself, it's also, a hub that the city looks up to, and it really adds to the placemaking. Farhad, next slide, and I'll ask Kanchan to take this on.
Hi everyone. So as Nikita has already mentioned, the theme and the brief for 2023 were reimagining railway stations in cities beyond just being transit hubs and more as places where life takes place. It was also to reform and boost the economies and the society and overall shaping of the identity and the interaction of the users with the place. And this is the today's session is just the culmination of all the efforts that the students and the participants have taken this brief to. Next slide, please. The site, as already mentioned, was the participants could take up a railway station site in cities, and the sites had to be taken that in such a way that it promoted the growth of the city and or the town towards a more urban identity, and they were encouraged even though they were not mandatory. The sites were supposed to be between 3 to 12 acres, and they had to follow locally applicable bylaws and national building code. We had also suggested following the railway station's manual of standards and specifications, volume 1 and volume 2 as reference. Next slide, please. The eligibility for this competition, you must have already known that it was open to all the undergraduate and postgraduate students of architecture, planning, engineering, and design were able to participate in the competition. And even the graduates from 2023 were eligible to participate. And many of you participated in teams of 3, some of you participated in pairs, and many of the students also took up the brief individually. We launched the competition on April 3rd, and we closed the registrations on October 28th, and submissions had ended on October 27th, 2 months ago. There were many workshops and lectures conducted for the participants free of cost online, which included lectures by experts in the field, whether it be softwares or whether it be design strategies and case studies that were shown to students for inspiration. Next slide, please. There was also a lot of social media engagement. If you might already know, if you follow the handles at the rate Cape Tech or at the rate Ethos Empowers, many of these covers might already be identifiable to you. Some of these were value posts where we tried to tell you some of the unique features that you could add to your designs, or how transit-oriented development is practiced around the world. Many such short and quick case studies or things that you could use to enhance your designs. Next slide, please. You can also see some inspiration from last year's winners, from how to benefit using the workshops that were conducted by Team Capricorn, how to do a masterful competition entry. Next slide, please. So this year we had received 680 registrations and participation from registrations from over 170 colleges all over India. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. These were the jury members. Our esteemed jury panel was made up by architect Amit Kumar, who is the Joint General Manager at RLDA, architect Biju Kuriakose, who is a partner at Architecture Red, Dr. Namrita Kalsi, who has also joined us today, who is the chief architect at HMRTC, architect Sushri Mathur, who is the founding partner at Studio Fountainhead, and Dr. Uma Maheshwaran, who is the COO at SMEC and Surbana Jurong Group. Next slide, please. This is the award that you've been waiting for. The final winners of this competition. The first prize winner will be awarded rupees 75,000 in cash. The second prize winner rupees 50,000 in cash, and third prize winner rupees 25,000 in cash. The top 5 winners from today will be awarded the Cape Record BIM for Design program worth rupees 50,000. They'll be awarded entry into this program, and the top 12 winners, top 12 entries will be published on the Designaddvance website. Next slide, please. These were the design parameters over which the jury panel evaluated your entries, how well the participants were able to reimagine a transit hub, and what kind of innovative thinking and what kind of originality they were able to bring into it. The relevance of the project according to the site, and how well it was integrated with respect to the nearby urban areas and the neighborhood that the site was located in, and how harmonious it was with the city or the regional or social cultural heritage. Have you addressed the first and last mile connectivity challenges, which is one of the most important aspects of designing a railway station? The sustainability and carbon neutral aspects of design are, of course, the one of the key parameters that are to be taken care of while designing any piece of architecture or any sort of intervention. The energy, water, and other resource requirements become very important while designing a structure of this magnitude. The use of zero carbon design and technologies, the functionality, the clarity, and the planning that you've managed to arrive at, and how your various elements are working together at the micro and macro level. The contribution to urban upgradation through the planned intervention, how well you're able to or how much you're able to upgrade your site and the city by extension, and the overall concept, coherence, and the graphical expression in your sheets. Next slide, please. These are our top 12 finalists, and we are as excited as you are to see who has made it to the top 5. Next slide, please.
Yeah, I think we'd like to especially mention the colleges who adopted the brief as a studio project. That means they made the brief part of their academic curriculum in one of the most relevant semesters at their respective courses. And we have around 12 of them, again, from different states and different cities in the country. So that really shows the good response the competition got this year, right from Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra, IIT Kharagpur, who took the course, who took the brief, in their PG planning program, MES, Pilis College of Architecture, Panvel, NIT Hamirpur, NIT Raipur, and NIT Rourkela. Again, 3 premier institutes who've taken up the brief in one of their BR courses. We've also had the pleasure of having Sri University Cuttack, Ratinam School of Architecture Coimbatore, SRM Chennai, Tyagaraja College of Architecture Madurai, University Institute of Architecture Chandigarh, and VSSUT Burla take up the brief in their studios, and we are really thankful for the teachers and the HODs of the college for showing interest in Designaddvance and very responsibly taking up this as a mentored program within their respective colleges. So thanks a lot. And I think like the excitement is building up, we'll hand it over back to the team at Cape Record for the final announcement of the results. Can't wait to hear that.
Thank you, Nikita. Before we move forward, I would so one of the jury members have joined us today, Namrita Kalsi ma'am. So I would really like to hear her views on the theme and the entries received. So, ma'am, if you could spare a few words. You're on mute, ma'am. Uh, Namrita, ma'am, you need to unmute. Yes.
Is that okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. Namrita Kalsi, Chief Architect of Haryana Mass Rapid Transport Corporation. So the topic of design was very close to what we do in our everyday professional life. That is, metro and railway are very closely connected. So it was a lot of fun and inspiration going through entries made by the students or a group of students. So about the design competition, I would like to say that, the instructions for the contestants were very clear, crisp, and it added a X factor to the design problem, so which made it all the more interesting. For the jury also, I would say that the entire process was very democratic, and there was a complete use of technology. All the presentations by the students who were relevant were given to the jury through the online process. I think the software of BIM was used. Farhad, can you reiterate that the software was BIM on which the sharing had been done?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. So everyone shared on the cloud, Autodesk Construction Cloud.
So that was really interesting. That is why the process became very democratic, and we were asked by the agency holding the competition that you select out of all of them, you select five entries which you feel are the most relevant, and without sharing it with other jury members. So there were a number of entries, which was quite a challenge, and the time was very short, but we did justice to the work done by the students, going through their videos and their drawings and their concept and other things, so that, we understand if a student is weak in presentation, doesn't mean that his idea or his thought is not given due respect. So we went through all that, and we whatever we felt are the best is was shared with the Designaddvance, and similarly the selection by other jury members were also shared. And then once that process was over, all the jury members got together online, and we found that most of the entries which we felt were relevant, almost all of us had the same entries. So that means that independently there was not much scope for a difference in opinion, except for one or two entries for which again fully democratic method and evaluation points were discussed, and then we came up with the finalist. So now I would like to request that, we proceed ahead with the program and share that list with the people who are participating in this online virtual platform. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words and your time which you dedicated for students. So we really appreciate that. And now I would like to invite Kanchan to finally announce the results. Everyone is waiting for that.
Farhad, can I just add one or two more sentences?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
So what I would like to say that we were truly impressed by the work done by the students. It had very good concept, and the components in the design that were added by them were exceptional. So some of the groups may have done very good work, and they feel that they have done very well. But maybe, like, I would like to say that, it is the people whose project work was most complete. It covered all the components, because railway and metro are subject which is having number of different components, starting from urban scenario to transport requirements to mobility factors to ticketing and highly technical things like signaling, and then green building and sustainability. So it is the entries which had covered all the topics, and then at the same time their concept was amazing. Maybe they find themselves on the list, and it is not discouraging for other people who do not make it on the list, because they had also done equally good thing, but maybe they left out some of the important components. So I would like to appreciate how Capricorn had gone around in the entire process, and I hope in the future it becomes a very important platform for competition related architectural works. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, Kanchan, now we can think, proceed.
Thank you, Farhad. Before we move on to see who has won the jury commendations, I'd again like to congratulate our top 12 participants, and I would like to call their names out once. Nidhi Singh, Isha Purohit, and Sharvari Jadhav from Pillai College of Architecture, New Panvel. Diya Bejoy from Kamla Raheja Vidyanidhi Institute of Architecture, Mumbai. Nikhil Kumar, Kuran Tanwani, and Chirayu Sharma from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, and Amity University, Greater Noida. Kundan Kirange, Shah Faisal, and Nikhil Somvanshi from the Pillai College of Architecture again. Manisha Devendran, Shobhana Shri P, and Balaji R from the Tyagarajar College of Engineering, Madurai. Nambiar Abhilash, Vaishnavi Anil Kumar, and Binita Susan from Paika again. Harsh Panchal, Sakshi Deshpande, and Ale Prashansa from the Pillai College of Architecture again. Leron Gonzalez from the Viva School of Architecture. Riya Godambe from the Rachna Sansad's Academy of Architecture, Mumbai. Yashvardhan Nimbalkar, Tanmay Pawar, and Aditya Chogule from the VIT's PVP College of Architecture, Pune. Rahul Mehta, Faiz Kasu, and Nair Harita from the Pillai College of Architecture, New Panvel. And Atharva Vaidya, Satam Kshitij, and Saloni Hajare, pardon me, from the Pillai College of Architecture, New Panvel again. I would like to congratulate all of these students with all our hearts. Know that you have been recognized and that your work has been recognized on a national stage. And even if you don't go home today, like as you had expected, know that your work has been recognized by experts in the industry, and there is a bright future ahead of you. So moving on to the second jury commendation. Drum roll, please. And we have our second jury commendation winner, which is the team Kundan Kirange, Faisal Shah, and Nikhil Somvanshi from the MES's Pillai College of Architecture, Panvel. I know we can't hear all of you clapping your hands, but please give a huge round of applause to this team. Next slide, please. Yeah, so their design is called the Amrit Kund, and they've designed the transport and just a second. Yeah, so with this, they have tried to attain a harmony of tradition and innovation at the Nashik Road railway station. And they've approached it with the lens of TOD. Next slide, please. You can see that detail that they've gone on to, and You can see the lovely section that they have presented here. Next slide, please. The layered architecture and all the different functions, how they come together beautifully. And the interaction of passengers and all the visitors to the station that can be seen on the current slide. Congratulations and many best wishes to this team. And as you might have already heard, like so many teams from Pillai College of Architecture have made it into the top 12. And congratulations to Kundan, Faisal and Nikhil for making it into the top 5. Congratulations again. Now we move on to,
we
yes.
have Faisal from the team here.
Okay. Hi. Can we allow them to talk?
Yes.
Yes.
Faisal.
Hi. Hi. Actually, I have Nikhil here with me as well.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
ma'am.
great.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Good work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So would you like to say something?
Nothing. It's been a great journey overall. Like all the redos and everything else that we got in college, everything has finally paid off, and the immense amount of analysis and sketching and this and that, everything it just feels worth it. And I would like to really thank Capricorn, Ethos Empowers, Design Advance for giving us this opportunity. It's been really amazing, and we look forward to the next edition. And thank you so much, all the jurors, for being fair and for really giving the importance to our design process. It's been really amazing. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, team. Well done.
Moving on to our first jury commendation. Drum rolls again, please. So the first jury commendation is a team from Pillai College of Architecture again. And we must also commend the college for such a great performance. It's Nidhi Singh, Isha Purohit, and Sharvari Jadhav. And congratulations to the team for your amazing work. And congratulations on emerging as a top 4 participant in the competition. Next slide, please. So they've attempted the Lonavala station and a train station that becomes a place for meetups, place for tourism, for travel, for identity of the place, for a place that the locals can be proud of, where you can greet friends and family, and a place which invites the visitors in. So basically everything that the brief asked for, they've attempted to do it through this station. Next slide, please. You can see the ground floor scheme here. You can see the where the railway station meets the different functions. They've attempted to explain all the functions through a bird's eye view. What the visitor sees and even what a passenger who is traveling through the train and just passing through the station, they might not even get to experience everything, but even that has been kept in mind and has been paid attention to. There are co-working terraces, there is seating on the roof, there's the entry to the hub. Next slide, please. You can see the scheme in detail here. Each and every layer has been explained thoroughly. They are very nicely and very diligently broken down each function and resolved it to a great extent. They've also explained all the entries, the exits, and the main focal points where people get in and get out, and what kind of urban design features that they have incorporated. So congratulations to Nidhi again. And we can see a section, Nidhi, Isha, and Sharvari. We can go back to the section slide, please.
Yeah, I think the team is here. Let's hear it from them.
Yes, yes. I think they'll be able to explain it much better than I am. Nidhi and Isha and Sharvari, if any of you are here.
Three of them are here.
Good work. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ethos and Design Advance and Capricorn for recognizing our work. This was a part of also our semester project, and the whole process was stretched out with the comments and discussions and the whole teamwork of the three of us, our teachers. And
Yeah.
this was honestly a catharsis to work out the whole project and to come up with the concept and everything. This was a very, very nice opportunity for us to work on. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we are really very grateful.
All the best, team. Very well done.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Good work.
So now the grand reveal of the second runner-up and the third prize winner of the Design Advance 2023 competition. And again, I'm asking for a drum roll, a virtual drum roll from you. Drum rolls, please. And the third prize winner is Harsh Panchal, Sakshi Deshpande, and Prashansa Ahle from the Pillai College of Architecture, Panvel. Again, congratulations to the team, and we are so glad that you sent in your entry, and it has been recognized on this national stage. Very well done. And next slide, please. If any of you are here.
Yeah, I can see Harsh and Prashansa.
Yes, Harsh, Prashansa. If any of you can join us and take us through your entry, what you intended, we would like to hear it from you.
Hi. First of all, thank you so much for organizing this competition. It was such a lovely opportunity to take part in it and go on through the process of the designing. So a basic concept was was taken as work, play, care, share, and we have designed the railway station at Lonavala, and looking at all the needs of the Lonavala station, and we made an analysis over it that what is in the surrounding, what is to be needed, and we have came up onto area program, and accordingly we have designed the structure.
Well done, team. Kudos to you for the good work and getting the third prize position at the
Thank you
Design
so
Advance
much.
2023 edition. Also, big congratulations to the college for having three of you so far in the top 5. We are still waiting to see the other 2 results. And really good job. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Good work. Very good work.
Before we move on to the next, can I invite Namrata ma'am to share something about their project, or what made them, what is her feedback to the team? Namrata ma'am?
Shweta, she's on call.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then let's move on to the next one.
Next one, yeah.
Okay, the stakes are increasing, and so our who will be the winner, who will be the second prize winner, and we've come down to the first runner-up or the second prize winner, and the team who has emerged or the participant who has emerged as the second prize winner is Riya Godambe from Rachna Sansad's Academy of Architecture, Mumbai. Congratulations on winning the second prize, Riya. I hope you're here.
I think she is not here.
No, she's
Okay.
here.
But let's
Okay.
quickly go through her work.
Okay, let's quickly go through her work. She's worked on an inclusive city where architecture is a mechanism of inclusion in everyday spaces. She's treated her design as a mechanism to include people in every activity, and with the combination of activities, she's also made sure that every visitor feels welcome in the space, whether they are able-bodied or not, whether they belong to any user groups, they all feel welcome into the space. Next slide, please. This is the ground floor scheme, and you can see the different spaces, the connections that are being made. Next slide, please. The social spaces have been designed, and it's been very nicely explained through a through a section where you can see all the activities in action. How the vehicles are moving through the space, through the entry and exit points. What is this vehicular circulation working at a place of this scale? That is very important. That is a very important thing to note and take care of. The modal interchange. Next slide, please. Okay. So this is the moment that we've all been waiting for, the final winner of Designaddvance 2023. The first prize winner of this year's Designaddvance 2023 is none other than Leron Gonsalves from the Viva School of Architecture, Thane. I think he's here.
He is.
Are you here?
Liron, please unmute. Let's
Yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I um, I'm currently in my office right now and I'm really shaking at my place. So it's been a great experience working for the competition and really like staying in Mumbai and always feeling traveling from one place to another. Train stations has been a part of my life, and designing something for that was a very crucial thing in my life. And I'm glad that I was able to do that in this competition, and I was able to portray my work through this competition. So really, thank you for that.
Very hearty congratulations to you, Liron. Keep up the good work, and all the best for the future. We are very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
So would you like to just run us through your design in few minutes?
Yeah, sure. So basically the design, the social plugin. So as I am a student traveling every day from my home to college or from my place to point A to point B. So while traveling, I always face this one thing that the railway stations are always crowded and filled with chaotic places. And when you move around the station, you will find some few urban void spaces near the stations which are not properly developed. So what my design talks about was how we develop these urban voids and create a space for which can lead to urban happiness. So if you see in the first slide, the first image that is there. So you see a person, a common man who travels to station every day for work purpose. So he goes through crowded stations, crowded bus stops, crowded marketplaces, and then he goes to his workspace. So while moving around the spaces, he goes through a lot of urban stress and anxiety. So what this thing with what the social plugin acts as is a pause point for them, so that they can just relax and have some quality time near the station while traveling every day. So if you go down to the next slide, uh, yeah. Uh, so what I had basically done is I've connected the railway station, the Nalasopara railway station, with this two modules. So these two modules can be attached together and made into one single a module, or can act as two different individual modules. So and if we go down to the another slide, uh, yeah, yeah. So what I had done is I had used ephemeral urbanism. So what it means is that our city is in constant flux. So because of which a permanent design can never sustain. Things always change. A station, if you see, so it acts differently during different period of time. So the movement is different during the morning, and it is different during the evening and the afternoon times. So keeping that in mind, I designed the whole thing where not just shops, but it can hold different events as well. So I designed the smaller modules which can be like attached and connect to each other and be made and can be like used for a different activity. So a similar shop, for example, if you see the hawker stall, so it can be clubbed together, and it can also act as a public sitting space. So keeping that in mind, so the whole structure keeps on changing. So the whole scenario that you see is never the same. It will always change according to the time and according to the events going on the side. Next slide, if you see. So the overall plugins that I made were divided into two major categories. So one was the social plugin, which was the overall site, and then one was the shop plugins. So the main thing that connects to every railway stations are the skywalks. And while traveling to station, I have never seen anyone using the skywalks. So and the reason being is that people there are shops and different small hawkers below the skywalk and not on the skywalk. So while a person traveling to station always wanted to go from below so that he can buy his goods or something like that while going home. Because of which, what happened was there was a lot of chaos below. So there was this clash between the vehicular and the pedestrian movement. So I created the shop plugin. So it acted as a style. So while traveling itself, I can this different purpose while traveling itself. So which can also like shrink into and then shrink again and use while it's closed. So this was the overall concept that I thought for the whole scenario, and I'm very much thankful that you guys liked it and selected it for the final. So
Thanks for taking us through your entry, Liron. And it's not thanks to us, it's thanks to the jury members. And of course, you, because you put up that effort and you put up that nice work, which the jury thought fits well to be, one of the winning entries of this competition, and hence you got the right evaluation. So there was no bias, of course. It's been a very democratic process, like architect Namrata was saying in the very beginning. So over to her for final congratulatory words for all the winners announced today, and then over to Team Capricorn for closing the session.
Madam, you like to share some of your final words? Namrata, madam. Yeah, madam,
Unmute, yeah.
yes.
So I would like to wish my congratulations to the winners and best wishes for the people who were very close. But the reason is that, things like railway and metro and transport, first of all, we have to see that we have to ensure that the train is running. The people are coming and the people are going. That is the first criteria. So thereafter, there are other criterias as well. So after ensuring the first criteria, you have to see that, what is the X factor or the design elements added by different people. So this is the reason why the finalists were able to make it to the final list. And my wholehearted congratulations to them that, they continue the good work, and this will be helpful to them in their career when there are a lot of design competitions for winning contracts, architectural contract on the go.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Chakresh sir to give the final comments.
So obviously, great work, and we are only seeing the some of the top work been done, but very glad that 180 participants actually worked very hard and submitted. And as an architect, but being in the technology space for now more than 30 years, 36 years I've been into this space. But the passion of architect is always there, and passion for architecture is always there. And we wanted to ensure that whatever way we can drive our community to think into multiple different ways is what we have been trying through this competition intervention. And we know that today uh, we have to live in urbanization is increasing, and we all have to live in the cities. And as saw this fantastic final winning presentation from Mr. Gonzalez, is that he's thinking beyond just making it as a transit node. And that's exactly was the purpose of this uh, competition, that we need to think of our cities as a holistic city and see how we can make our city more livable and more like he's focused on the stress part. And this is, I think, as in the people who have been staying in the urban areas have this as a big challenge, that every day simple commute can be also very stressful, and how can we address that? Of course, not to keep stations as only think about only as a transit point, but think of it as a part and parcel of a city. So we are happy, very, very happy to see some of the results. And it really inspire all this kind of work, hard work been put by all the participants, and this drives us to do still better. We'll keep on coming up with some more ideas. We'll keep on continuing. And as Farhad mentioned in the beginning, we recently got uh, acquired by a French company by the name Monier, and we have now become part of the Arcans, and which has given us a global footprint. And we want to also subsequently try and see how we can take this competition globally, involve more ideas which have much bigger relevance, and by which then any of the hard work been put in by students will get still better global recognition, is what we will be striving towards. And all the good work been done by all the participants really helps us and support us in that drive. So I like to once again congratulate, and of course, I like to also thank all the jury members. We had some very, very eminent jury members. Namrata Kalsi is already a very well recognized name in this space. She has been doing metros and railway station for a long time. She has been an instrumental piece in ensuring Delhi Metro, and now she's working with Haryana Orbital Rail under a new name. Then we had Mr. Dr. Uma, who is who has been a recognized leader in urban planning, and he's been instrumental in planning a lot of cities, and he reviewing some of the entries, and he had some very good comments. Then we had Shushri Mathur. She has been for so many years been designing metro station. That's her expertise, and she also had some fantastic comments on all these entries. And then we had Rail Development Authority, RLDA, Rail Land Development, Mr. Amit Jain from there. who today we know are the instrumental agency to ensure all the new stations across all the stations are innovated across the country. And that's one of the reason why we actually choose this topic was because government has taken up a mission mode to improve our rail station infrastructure, and more than 110 stations are already identified, and over the years they want to do it. And he reviewing some of the design, I'm sure that he would be inspired by a lot of the designs of the students, innovative ideas which they have come forward, and they'll try and see if some of them can be adopted in some of the station. And then we have Mr. Baiju, who is again been a very innovative design architect himself. So I'd like to thank all the jury members and all the students, and of course all the institute, as highlighted by Nikita, that a lot of institutes have taken this as their design problem. So with that, I'd like to hand over back to our team.
So thank you everyone. So let us meet again in Designaddvance 4, and we'll obviously update you on the new theme. So keep checking at Capricorn or with Ethos. Thank you everyone. Bye.
Bye everyone. Bye.